So comfortable, and no one seems to hold me like you do. You're so wonderful. A star could never shine as bright as you. Shine as bright as you.
Hello, welcome to the newly reinvented Monday night sprints. Moving over from Wednesday because football season's over. Honestly, that was the reason why we did it.
Oh, I love it.
I was like, I have Mondays free now. And originally, this is what we were talking about backstage. Originally, no one was sprinting on Mondays in our our group of people that we sprint together with. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll do Mondays. And I swear there's like 5 people sprinting tonight.
Everyone's sprinting right now.
So we will be doing some sprint hopping. We'll probably get nothing done tonight. It's fine.
Yep.
But welcome. I have Leandra with me tonight. I'm going to be starting If We Were Villains, which is also going to be our Patreon buddy read. So not only am I reading this first cool special vlog, I'm also going to have a spoilery thoughts vlog on my Patreon. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm really nervous about it. I'm really nervous that I'm not going to like it.
Okay, so I've read it for our project, and I won't say anything, but you can talk to me afterwards. And I will say, I suppose this to get people excited about it. I've talked to Brooklyn. Brooklyn and I have opposite views about this book. So there's already a spectrum. So it'll be interesting to decide, Brie, where you are as everyone else filters in, because there's a bunch of us obviously reading this specific book. The rest of us have different ones, but so you can confirm that there's already a spectrum of thoughts.
I know Crystal also did not like it.
Ooh.
I think she may have even DNF'd it.
I do recall her kind of talking about it in the chat, being like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm just banking on the fact that it's hella gay, and it's like they don't know they're gay, but they're like, so I'm just banking on that and enjoying that.
Yeah, let that be your light at the end of the title.
Right. Because I think that was the thing is why I didn't like, because like In My Dreams I Hold a Knife I felt was like just kind of boring. And I'm like, everyone like comps those two titles together, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I haven't read that one myself, but yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts and where you align. So
we'll see what happens. I mean, I like I did a lot of Shakespeare in college, so theoretically, we'll see. What are you doing tonight?
Well, I am continuing my buddy read with Danny from Danny Dabbles, and I'm reading Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. So we're reading that, and we're like 72% of the way through. So like we're very close to the end. There's like a lot happening. It's very like it's exactly the same tone and vibes as book 1. So depending on if you're into book 1 or if you're not,
you're probably loving it.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm having a good time. There's like weird things happening. There are some things because like I wasn't like Emily Wilde 1 wasn't a perfect book for me. Like I still had some issues with it. And this one, at the moment, I'm like the start was great. Like I was like, this is like I really love this. And now like I'm still having fun, but I'm kind of like, okay, this doesn't seem like it's as well kind of organized as like the first one.
It was almost like she saw how successful Encyclopedia was, and so then she's like, oh, I should make a sequel to it, and it like maybe didn't need to be a whole other sequel.
That's kind of how it feels. Yeah. And you can kind of feel like, yeah, like the beginning of this book is really well set up. So she like was like, oh yes, the idea. And I was like, oh wait, now I have
to actually do something with that idea.
Yeah. So I'm not having a bad time with it, but I'm kind of like, okay, there's some things that I feel as though, like, I don't know. And I'm wondering, and I saw this with book 1, that because she comes from like middle grade and YA, I feel as though sometimes she continues to repeat. Like she did that in book 1 about a certain element of the character, and then here she's doing it.
It kind of felt like she was like talking down to the reader.
Yeah. And of course, my brain being like a mystery reader, this one, I was telling Danny, there's this one thing that they keep bringing it up. I'm like, it's a bluff. It can't be this. She keeps repeating it. And now I'm like, no, I think it just is what it is. Like, never mind. Like, I was like, she's not trying to trick us. She's just really making sure we know. And I'm like, never mind.
But you're still enjoying the vibes and stuff?
Yeah, I still find it very fun. Yeah, for sure.
Good. Well, we have lots of people here. Hello. The overbooked Leandra.
Seriously.
Hello. Working on 1,000 Autumns and hopefully starting Hunt on Dark Waters. Caitlin, tell me how this is, because I saw Bethany's review of it and she didn't like Hunt on Dark Waters, and I don't want to not like a Katie Robert book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so scared of it. So tell me how, because I feel like Caitlin and I have pretty similar taste when it comes to those type of books.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sprint hopping tonight. So many. I know there's so many sprints happening.
Yeah.
A stats lecture. Ooh, fun. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you like stats. Hello. Be reading Lovelight Farms. Nice. Hi, Coda. Hello. So many friends. Hello, Jen. More sprints. Oh yeah, Jade was also sprinting for Polarathon.
That's right. Yeah, that was earlier today. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, making the round.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go party with everybody tonight. Hello, Tina. Reading The Sweet Disorder. Nice. Hello. Yes, sprint hopping and audiobooking. I think I'm gonna do the audiobook for this. I might immersion read it.
Ooh, yeah. I only had access to the audiobook, which I will say was an annoying that I didn't have the combination or the physical book, because I know it's like written in like playwright format, isn't it? Like play.
I think it's just like instead of chapters, it's scenes.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted just the dialogue.
There's a random bookmark in here on page 18, which is apparently where I put this book down last time.
Oh, good to
know. I'm like, that's a very old bookmark.
Yeah, like,
Hello, Alex. We're getting a video. Very nice. I also need to do that. Happy Monday. And by happy, I mean it's glad it's over. This was like the longest day ever. Today and tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I have like meetings blocked like every 30 minutes. It was just like ridiculous. Just like from one to the next to the next day. Page 55, trying hard to finish In Your Dreams, but it's so slow burn. I can't talk today. It's taking me ages. I can't. I think it was someone the other day on Sprints was like, we're the reader of words, not the speaker of words.
Yes, exactly. I can read them. You want me to say them
supposed to read out loud?
No.
Oh, no. Drinking Earl Grey tea and reading All the Dangerous Things. This sounds like such a lovely evening. It's very rainy here, and so tea sounds so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be reading The 7-Year Slip tonight. Nice. We have a blizzard finally finishing up in here. Been in the house for about 3 days at this point. I mean, that's kind of nice, but also, like, at that point, I'd be going stir crazy.
Yeah, that's when you're like, okay, it's going from fun to me being like,
right, like 1 day good, 2 days it's starting to like, okay, and 3 days I'm like, okay, I gotta get back to normal.
Yeah.
Hello, Becca. Going to probably be cleaning a little. Maybe I'll start either Bookish and the Beast or Gods of Jaden's Shadow. Those are two very different books. I literally just finished a book, so I don't know if I'll read more. Nice. What did you just finish? I don't think I'm going to be reading tonight, but we'll see. That's okay. You can just come hang out. Apparently, we're just gonna party at everyone's sprints, so nobody's doing any reading tonight.
Exactly. We're just gonna sprint hop. It's fine.
It's fine. I'll be listening to Love at First Psych for the Polarathon. I loved this book. I read it during Face Off weekend. And I want to go back and read the rest of her like little Audible novellas that she has, because this one was so good. Reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Don't typically read romance like ever, but I am enjoying it so far. Nice. Did you read this one, Leandra, or was it just Happy Place that you'd read?
I've only ever read Happy Place. So
Okay.
I've never read anything else by Emily Henry. I know that who loved Book Lovers? Was it Neva? I think someone in our group really loved it, and I can't remember who it was.
It was not me.
Yeah. I can confirm. Wasn't me.
And it's funny because like I always hate on Emily Henry, but like I've literally only read Book Lovers. It's the only one I've read from her.
Oh.
So I'm gonna try People We Meet on Vacation this month.
Oh, I wish you luck. One day I'll try Emily Henry again.
I was told that if I was gonna like any of them, that one is the most romance forward.
Okay.
So if I was gonna like any of them, it would be that one. We'll see. I don't have any confidence. Hello, Ro. We were actually just talking about this backstage. I just finished it this afternoon and I gave it 3. I think I'm gonna do 3. I haven't like run it through my algorithm or whatever, but 3.5 stars is probably what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. And I'm halfway through and I'm really enjoying it. Like I'm loving the whole like Holmes Watson dynamic and all that jazz. So yeah.
Yeah. And I love the fact that like I don't know, I feel like they really leaned into like the neurodivergence of the Sherlock character.
100% of Mosa, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah, she's such a cool character. Hello, jumping in with the Inhabited Woman. Nice. Hello. Ooh, and making origami stars. That's fun. Hello. Hi, Maria. Started Song of the Marked this morning. Liking it so far. Nice. Yes, please keep me posted. For me, Hunt on Dark Waters was kind of slow to get into, but once the story got going, it was better. Oh, that's good. Oh my goodness, thank you. You did not have to do a super chat. Did you recommend Phoebe Atwood?
So I definitely talked about her and I saw this comment come in. And so I own the Cape Cod Mystery. Still haven't read it, Chris, but I'm sure because I've talked about her because she wrote so many mysteries and yeah, it's just like it's an American detective fiction golden age.
Was that one of the ones that was on your like crime fiction authors you want to read this year?
No, and I should have put her on there. I can't remember why I brought her up.
I'm definitely getting all of your videos mixed up at this point.
It's like who knows at this point?
Because I recognize that cover.
Yeah, like it's very similar. It's because it's from the like Penzler Classics edition, so that's probably why.
No.
But yeah, I want to read it. It looks really good. It's set in like Maine, and there's like a mystery and all that jazz. So, Chris, you definitely heard of her from me, but I didn't.
But I also love the chaos of I have 2 books that I don't remember when I ordered them.
Yeah, you're like somehow they came.
You are apparently the mystery queen, and we just assume.
Yeah, I will lay claim. I don't know if it was me, Chris, but I'll happily say it was because of me.
There you go. Coda, what a mood. I left work early, couldn't Monday anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What a mood. I need to make some tea. Thankfully, I got sick with 2 days off. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're not feeling well, but I'm glad that you have some time off. Excited for a chill week. Finished A House with Good Bones. It's kind of a spoiler for the vlog, but it's in, but I didn't love it. Oh no, I just bought this one.
Oh, no.
I think I'm gonna read this one for Realmathon, for Peace Talks, because it's short. And for the Realm of Creation, the bonus is animal on the cover, and it's got that like vulture or something on it. So I think that's going to be one of my Peace Talks vlogs or Peace Talks books. I'm going to read my buddy read pages. I would tell you what it is, what book, but it's St. Martin's Press. So that's okay. Hello, reading Stalked and Seduction and Shadows. That is the title. Did not like People We Meet on Vacation. Oh no. Like this is the last chance she has. If I like it, because I own Happy Place still. If I like it, I will read Happy Place. If I don't, both of them are going away.
Yeah, I wish you luck. We'll see.
Yes. Also reading The Sword and Badlands. Nice. Hello, Rye. Reading Crescent City 3. How are you liking it? Have 40% left in My Fair Brady. I remember you were liking this one. So I'm glad that you are still liking it. Hello, gonna continue. House of Flame and Shadow. See, I haven't been on sprints in a week, so I haven't had to say it.
Meanwhile, I've had to say it so much. I'm like,
I
oh,
had to
Cass,
say it
how's the flame
so
of
many
shadow?
times.
Ugh.
I'm doing audio for House with Good Boats. I think it helped a lot. That's good to know. Good to know. Still debating teams for Realmathon. However, I will say the whole animal bonding part. Listen, our entire team's group chat right now is just us posting pet pics.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Like that's the entire Discord. We love it. Enjoyed vacation more than Happy Place. Okay, well that doesn't give me a lot of hope.
Yeah.
The only reason I got Happy Place was because Michelle, who like her and I had almost identical thoughts on Book Lovers, gave Happy Place 5 stars.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This could be for me. It could be my
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see. We're getting some rivalry here in the Team Shadow is so big. So if you don't want to be on the biggest team, don't be on Shadows.
Yeah, I remember so many people saying they were on Shadow. I feel like it was not many people said they were on Blood. I think that's a team.
I think Creation is actually the smallest team.
Ooh. Mhm.
I think it's Creation and then Time, if the Discord is accurate.
Okay.
It isn't always. So, yeah. All right. Well, that somehow is Claire loved it. Okay. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Didn't have a choice. Fair. That's fair. All right, that is the end of the comments. So let me put us up on the sprint. We're gonna start with a 45-minute sprint to get us warmed up, and then we might go to an hour. So I will see you in 45 minutes. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Do I sound like a robot?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. My AirPods connected to my laptop, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh no.
You know how they'll like, for some reason, StreamYard will like mess it up, and like you'll sound like a robot. I
Yeah.
like, went out of the stream and came back in really fast, and it should have fixed it.
I saw you pop out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm alone!" And I'm like, "Oh, she's back."
No, that was because like because I turned on my I like took my AirPods out, and they automatically connect to my computer because that's why I had them this afternoon, and I
Mhm.
wanted them on my phone. So I had to like, I just forgot to turn the Bluetooth off before
Yeah.
the whole thing. But anyways, that was a dinner sprint for me. So I made some pasta,
Mm.
and then I read 25 pages or listened to 25 pages of this. The writing is kind of fun. It's giving like, I'm trying to think of the show that it feels like. But the only thing I can think of is the Day in the Life episode of Gilmore Girls, when not the day, Year in the Life,
Oh.
when they like when they come back in like the secret society.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
it's giving Yale.
Yeah, like it's so I like you can tell that so Rio, I looked into the author and she has like a master's in like Shakespearean literature or something like that. So it's
That
like
makes so much sense.
yeah, I was like this tracks. Like she's an expert. We know like
Yeah,
she knows how to set the
that
tone.
makes so much sense.
Yeah, for sure.
How'd you do?
So I'm in a different type of like academic setting,
You
which
know,
is
just like cozy. That's like, I think that's the like, what's it called? Like light academia or soft academia, I think is like the difference.
yeah, I guess the opposite of dark. It would make sense that it would be like light academia. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so this is
Because there's
definitely
no
light.
like murder.
Yeah, like people are, losing limbs and other things, but that's more of the fantastical. Like that's not that's not like what the school is.
Right.
But what is interesting is like the beginning of this book did start at the university. So we like saw the university setting, which was
Oh.
really weird. And I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of interesting." So yeah, for those, looking to start the second book. I read about a little over half of a chapter, and then I got distracted too. I was chatting with you. I was like writing a message, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta get back on screen." Like,
I thought I was like, oh.
yeah, and then I did pop over to Brooklyn Sprints to say hello, and it was very funny because they were talking about me just when I entered, and I was like, "Hello."
You were summoned.
Yes, that was fun.
Speaking of,
Hello.
hello, reading Fangirl Down today. What is? Oh, that's the new Tessa Bailey, isn't it?
Yes,
You have
I
an
think she got an arc. Yeah, she got an arc for it from like Australia, the publisher in Australia.
It's exciting. That's gonna. I think that's the next Afterlight box that, like the March or I guess February. You don't usually get them. Like I got my January one today
Mhm.
because they come from the UK. So, but I like saw a sneak peek and like someone hinted that was going to be the next one. So I was like, okay, well I wasn't gonna buy it, but like it could be cute.
Yeah, like I'll take a cute version of it.
Yeah, great. No, I'll send you the ones that it was Olivia Dade's book was the Afterlight edition for this
Mhm.
month, her new one, and it is gorgeous.
Oh my
Like I'm
gosh.
obsessed with it.
Yeah, you'll have to send it because honestly, like the normal books, I love the covers of all of them anyway. So to
Yeah.
imagine,
No, I mean the cover is pretty much the same, but then it's got little strawberries on the pages.
Ooh,
And then when
so
you take the
cute.
dust jacket off, it has because you know the whole story is like that. There's this tiny little house in between the two houses,
Mhm.
and that's like you can the naked hardcover is like the city block wrapped around it. It's so
I love that. Yeah.
so pretty.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we did have a couple of people join us, but Becca also said on the subject of A House with Good Bones, had to rewind because I wasn't in the room when you talked about it. I think it wasn't a me book, and I know other people do like it. Yeah, I've heard just like super mixed things about it. Like some people really love it, and then some people were just like, it was fine. It was a book.
Mhm.
So we had Brooklyn join us, also Neva and Julie, currently rotating books, starting with Crush the King. Look, I have a dog.
What a big nose.
Hi, Miss Ma'am. Like, hello, you're not paying attention to me. Hello. just joined, we'll be reading Gemina in the next bit. Is this the Illuminae book? The second Illuminae? Is that what that one's called? It's been so long since I've read those books, but they were so good.
I think it is.
Ate dinner, then made a playlist of music to listen to while I clean. Productive. Oh, you know what this is really giving? Tortured Poets Department.
Oh.
Not that I know what those vibes, that album is going to be, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I'm really hoping that album is just like dark academia. Hello, join during the sprint, reading Winter's Orbit. Are you loving it? That one was a really good one. You might like this one, actually.
You've told me this on sprints before, and I still want to read it, but I haven't yet. It's gonna
like
be just
sci-fi romance.
Yeah. I can immediately see it, and I know that, like, what is the second book? Or is it
Ocean's Echo? I think.
Yeah.
They're standalones, but they're just in the same world, but they have very little crossover, and like. Winter's Orbit is like, if you want, it's like a romance in space, and then Ocean's Echo is very much like a sci-fi that has a romance.
Ooh, okay,
so
cool.
Like whichever one like you are in the mood for at the time, like start there, and then you can go backwards if you wanted, because they're very much like their own books.
I need to. I definitely. Every time we talk about it, I'm like, oh, that's right. That's a book I want to read.
I mean, I know you're in your sci-fi era.
I am, especially like space opera-y, sci-fi, space stuff.
And it's queer.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah. Got 76 pages. Very nice. Right. Reached chapter 8 of the 7-Year Slip. Not sure if I'm sold on this concept yet. It was an interesting one. It's when you kind of just have to like accept and move on, because it's not something like, it's very unique in terms of like a romance. Because it's like, it's got a little bit of a almost paranormal aspect to it. Not paranormal, but like almost a sci-fi element, because it's like literally time travel, where like when you walk into the apartment, you are in a different time, but you walk out and you're back into your present day.
Yeah. I remember you talking about this in your can you basically guess Bree's tastes?
Yes.
So those of you who want to know, check out that video if you haven't done it.
Yes. Also, it'll be in my wrap up that should have gone up today, but it's late now, so it'll probably go up tomorrow. Hello. Started editing. Very nice. Taking a break from sprinting for a minute. That is okay. There's a lot of sprints going on right now.
And that was Carissa, and Carissa was also sprinting. I don't know if she still is. So there's, a lot.
Yes. No, there's like, I think maybe everybody had the same idea that I did, that nobody was sprinting on Monday, so they should sprint on Monday.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, now it's the whole crew.
Now everyone, it's okay. It's all good. Made it to part 2 of my book. Very nice. Didn't read, just FaceTime my dad. Finished my stats lecture. It's still very productive and great. Hello. Currently reading Things We Left Behind and The Well of Ascension. Wow, those are like 2 hard books.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh.
Those are Well of Ascension is definitely chunky, but like they're just like dense.
Yeah, like hefty, just hefty books.
Hefty. That is the word. Less than 2 hours left on my audiobook. Book 4 for TLC. Yes. Wow.
I love it. Thank you.
I've read 1 book this month, and it's the 5th.
Oh my gosh. No, genuinely, like I remember in Get a Clue readathon, Purple Dragonfly was like our MVP. Always reading so many books. I'm like, thank you for doing more than I'm doing as a co-host.
Right. Listen to a chapter and a half of Feed by Mira Grant. I want to read this one. This one sounds really interesting because I liked Into the Drowning Deep, and this one is kind of along that same vein of like this like sci-fi horror.
I might have to look into that too.
You don't sound like a robot, but that alarm sounds a bit like someone's great grandmother's doorbell. I've just like used this timer for so long that it's like just the one I associate with spread.
Yeah, you're like, no,
but boom. You are right. It does sound like someone's grandma's doorbell.
Yeah, probably mine, to be honest. I was like, actually, maybe that's why. I'm like, oh yeah. Suddenly a sense of comfort. I'm like,
now I just like remember my grandma's like doorbell ring because it was so like it was so long.
Exactly. It just kept going, and you're like, yep. By the time it ends, she'll open the
Between
door.
that and the grandfather clock that would go off every 15 minutes.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, yep, the grandfather clock. Oh,
Finish my buddy read pages. Going to switch to The Girl in the Stars for Polarathon. Nice. I need to start working on that second book, but I don't think I'm going to. Finished the last 10 pages of Guards, and ate supper. Nice. Hello, Brittany. Yes, I am reading If We Are Villains for a certain thing that you might know something about.
you just might.
You know, I'm 25 pages in, so I have no thoughts. Finished The Sword. Very nice. Received my book of the month box today, and I'm reading The Fox Wife. Very nice. I ended up skipping book of the month this month, so be proud of me because I already have hauled too many books this year.
Oh my gosh, it's fine.
So you know, I'm putting it, if it's not one that I absolutely like know I'm going to be reading, then, and like honestly, the selections weren't that great this month.
That's what I heard. I feel like a few people kind of skipped it, and I was like, oh.
Out of the 6 books, there were only 2 authors of color, and only one of them was a Black author in Black History Month.
Right. That I think that is what I heard. Maybe I heard you talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get any response from Book of the Month? Absolutely not. I'm not big enough for that.
But that's really frustrating.
Well, especially because in 2020 they did the same thing. And they came out saying like, okay, we are going to have at least 50% of our selections every month be authors of color. And so this is not 2 out of 6 is not 50%.
Yeah.
So they just decided they were going to quietly go back to.
They're like, oh, now that no one's talking
now
about it.
Now that no one's paying attention to us. Yep. And they only had one romance, which I don't like Book of the Month romances because they're hardcover, but like you would have thought that they would have had a couple of them in February.
Yeah. You'd think they don't even know it's February. Like for the things that they're missing.
No, it was February.
It's like Black History Month, romance, like why are you missing everything? Like that doesn't.
No, here, have another World War II book.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that really gets me in the mood. It's like, what the? Come on.
Oh yeah, Second Illuminate book. Yeah, those were really good books, especially on audio. Hello, just joining, reading it. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. We love to see it. When are you going to continue this series?
Yeah, I need to start. You know what? This would be the month. Maybe I should try to get the second book on maybe like audio.
I feel like Danny is going to be your book.
Yeah, you think?
Because you're an academic, she's an academic. I feel like.
Yeah, and you said the audio is really good with the last 2 books.
Yes.
So maybe I'll see
narrators. Hello. On a work trip and hotel reads and eating snacks in bed just hits different. I honestly like love eating, like when I'm traveling and I'll be in the restaurants during the day and they'll be like, oh, are you gonna like go see the town tonight? Or are you gonna go do anything? And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go to my hotel. I'm gonna order DoorDash and some wine.
Yeah, exactly. And just not talk to anyone. Just be in my one room. Right? This is mine.
Well, I usually try, even if I'm only staying for a night or 2, I'll stay at one of those like extended stay hotels that have like the full kitchen, especially if I'm staying more than one night, because then I'll go to like Harmon's or like what are the Whole Foods or something and get like a salad or like something that's like not fast food.
But you like don't have to have made it yourself.
Yes,
that's the key. It's like, you know,
that, and then like outside of Utah, you can pretty much go like into a grocery store and find like get a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So it's very nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
Speaking of tortured quote, okay, here's the thing. It's tortured. I can never remember what the name of this album is. Because it's actually Tortured Poets Department, but everyone combines it with Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poet Society, yeah.
But also now I need to go look at the track list. Oh, I just got my my group chat is blowing up.
I was like, did you just get a notification or something? Oh my
Well,
gosh.
like I have the like Swift Alert app for the tours because it'll like post. They'll say like, "Oh, the Reputation set is now starting," so that way you don't have to watch like the whole stream. You can just watch the parts that you want.
Oh, that's cool.
And then there's like 3 group chats that I'm in that now just started blowing up. I need to try Ocean's Echo. Winter's Orbit was a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. And I like, even though it's like really chunky, I read it super quick. I read it during Amazing Readathon. Torture Poets Department was marked as synth pop. I think that, so I read something about this and it was, somebody said that that's just like the default that she always does so that she doesn't like give anything away. But also, I don't know.
I just borrowed Take a Hint, Danny Brown. It happened. So there we go. I can't believe it was available. That's crazy.
Florence and the Machine is going to be collabing with her. That means it's definitely going to be like,
that sets a certain vibe. Like, we know what this is.
We now know what this is. 26% into Winter's Orbit, and I'm really enjoying it. Nice. I need to go look at it.
I know. No, everyone's
I'm
talking
trying
about
not to while I'm talking. Normally I read big books, but for some reason I ended up with a bunch between 100 and 300 pages at the beginning of February. That's like a good way to like start the month though, because then you can like start getting into those chunky ones and you're like, it's fine because I've already read 4 or 5 books.
Yeah, you've got to put them in the bank. You're like, okay, no, I've got a good number. It's done.
Right. Yes, The Grandfather of the Cuckoo Clock.
Yep.
Yeah. About to read more of Hunting Prince Dracula. Nice. Yeah. Performative allyship. Unfortunately, that's why it's good. Yeah. To follow Black readers who can recommend books by Black authors. Absolutely. Yes. Order food and wine. It's perfect. No, but I've been doing it all day. We've been talking about it at work. And like I said Dead Poets Department. I said, I somehow traumatized got into it. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you said it, it did take my brain, and you said it right, but it took my brain to be like, she didn't say Dead Poet Society. I know what you're so same thing.
Yeah. No, I've been calling it Tortured Poet Society for the entire day. But even like as soon as she announced it, I was like, that's the longest album name ever. Hello, I'll be reading a manga for Nicole's Bingo Challenge. Nice. Just posted by January, wrap up and TBR game for February. Fun. I realized as soon as I typed it. Dead Poet Society is so iconic. I'm not mad about it. Yeah, it's gonna be. I just hope it's kind of the same vibe.
I know, especially because you'd think that we're gonna connect those whether we mean to or not. And Taylor Swift being Taylor Swift, she would anticipate that.
Well,
too,
and even like the color of the album, like just feels kind of like academia.
Yeah,
it's a vibe. It's okay. We're all fake Swifties today. It's just gonna take us a couple days to figure it out, and then we'll be fine.
Yep.
All right, well, that's the end of the comments. So let me reset. And then a Wheel of Fortune game combined the 2 words of one phrase with the last 2 of another. Oh yeah, or like a Jeopardy category. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. If it isn't, it should be.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, I think we're gonna stick with 45 minute sprints, and then we'll just do 2 more, and that'll like, it'd be a good like time because you've been on sprints for a while too.
Yeah, I'm just jumping around, and after this, I'm probably gonna go join Brooklyn's for a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine.
Fine. All right. Well, then I will see you in 45. Hello, who's there?
Yes, come in.
Come in. How did y'all do? I got distracted at the beginning and had to answer all of the group messages and the track list. But I got to page 44, which is 12% of the book. So we're trucking. Also, the scene that they're in is where they're like choreographing a fight scene, and it's like taking me back to my college theater days.
Oh my gosh. Well, that could be kind of fun. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh, I know exactly what they're doing. And they're like, because like when you choreograph a stage, like not a fight, but a stage like slap, there's a way that you have to do it, and like where like you hit your own hand so that it makes the noise that you're slapping a person, but like you're not actually. So I'm like, oh, it's taking me back to college.
Yeah, and I remember that now. I remember that scene.
This is just gonna be the doorbell sound now. How did you do?
I ended up getting a chapter and a half done, and I chatted with Danny, and I don't think this is like a spoiler to talk about a character that's here, because it shouldn't be a spoiler for those who read like book 1, and those who haven't don't know. But Poe, do you know Poe, the character? Yeah. I just adore him. Like, he's my favorite
character in that book.
Yes, same. Like, I was like, he's like consistently my favorite whenever he pops up. And so I can confirm, for those who might have been worried, he does show up in book 2, and it really just makes the books for me. I'm like, oh, I want him in. I want a book on him. I just want him.
You're like, can we have Poe's encyclopedia?
Exactly. Like, I want him and his little tree and just figuring things out. He's just so cute, and that's it. Yep.
Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying that one, even if it's not like quite up to the same standard. Yeah, is it going to be like a full series, or is it just a duology?
Apparently it's going to be there's a third book confirmed.
Well, I wonder if this one, because a lot of times when they're trilogies, the author doesn't like create them as a trilogy, and so that second book kind of lags a little bit, and you have that like kind of like in the same with like a book sometimes lags in the middle. The series sometimes lags, that second book syndrome.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. Like, we're kind of like introducing characters where I was like, oh, cool, we're growing. But I'm like, but now at this point, I'm like, did we need some of these characters? Like, what are their purposes? Yeah. And yeah. So
she's just like setting up the bigger plot for the last book.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, but that usually means that the last book is going to be like really strong. So that's good. We had a couple people join us. Hello. I've been lurking on the TV. Now get it to the chat. Reading 11/22/63. That is a chunker. Is that read along still going on this week?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still going. I mean, if they're done already, it's crazy.
Right? No, I thought about reading it with them, but like I just have so many things that I need to get done. Like I have 2 vlog projects that are like going not back to back, but like 2 Saturdays in a row. For this one, and then for the mimicking is also going to be for a vlog.
I'm thinking the mimicking is going to be a vlog for next month, because there's a book I'm planning to read next month that goes with it. But yeah, I've got 2 vlogs going. I've got the one that you and I are doing as a project, and then I've got Rainey's Booktuber taste test. So I'm like, this is all I can handle.
I have like had this list in the back of my mind for whenever you ask me for my list.
Yes.
You hinted that you were going to, and then I was like, okay, I could give her this one, and I can give her this.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm doing this one, but then I'm also doing bringing back the Rainbow Project.
I know you've been talking about that.
So we have 5 orange books. Which like
good.
Weirdly enough, I had a bunch of orange books, which doesn't feel like a common color for books, but they're all like at least 2 years old. So I don't know what orange was like. Well, I guess mimicking is only 2 years old, I think, but like, yeah, they're for the most part like they're older books.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, because I've got that one, and then another book that I might try to read this month is called Radiant Heat, and it's like such an orange cover, and I was like, why do I suddenly have so many orange covers? Right? Yeah.
Well, it's funny because wasn't that like the hard prompt for Pokemon was like the orange cover, and everyone was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough books for this, but like I don't know, they're just like coming out of the woodwork right now.
Exactly. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Hello, Nicole, popping in to say hi. Hello. I was kind of watching y'all sprints for a little bit. But yeah. Nicole also is reading this book,
Mhm, mhm.
you know, for things.
Yeah, I wonder what they are. Mhm.
You'll have to wait and see. Read a few pages in Badlands, made chicken noodle soup for dinner. That sounds delicious. Got to chapter 13. Did I mean to clean that spread? Yes. Did I? No. A mood.
Yeah.
Not distracted into a bullet spread instead.
So productive.
Love this energy. Made it to 78%. You're so, well, you're not really that close.
Yeah, like you're close, kind of.
In those books, you would be really close.
Yeah.
You still have like a big chunk of pages. I worked on my planner as I start uni later this month, so I need to get organized. That's exciting.
Hmm.
Inviting people to come and ring the doorbell when you don't know who's there isn't the best way.
Yeah, that's true.
I live in Utah. It's probably just the missionaries.
Yeah, and to be honest, if anyone ever rings my doorbell, I'm more like, who is it? I'm not expecting anyone, and I hide.
I have 500 plus pounds of dog. Nobody's doing anything in my house.
Yeah, you're like, I dare you to ring my doorbell.
Like, to be fair, they are big teddy bears who they can't hurt a fly, but they have very deep barks. So they sound scary.
Yes. That's the key. That's the key combination.
Ugly. Gonna stop for the night. Yeah, that's good. You got a lot done tonight. Yes. He did say it wouldn't matter the distance. That's so cute.
Yeah, and honestly, he actually outdoes his cuteness in book one. Like from book one, he's freaking adorable. I just love him so much. Yeah.
Gotten to page 144 of Book Lovers. Are you still enjoying it? Got to the halfway mark in the Shadow Cabinet. This book is kind of a slog. Oh no, that sucks. Are you going to continue it, or are you going to put it down for now? Got to page 156. Very nice. Oh, it's a month long. Okay, that makes more sense. 11/22 is my birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Reading Divine Rivals so that I can be ready for my add-on from Book of the Month. Nice. That's Heartless Hunter was the fantasy one, right? That's the one like I almost got, but then I was like, here's the thing with Book of the Month. They never put the sequels as well, like Ruthless Vows they did, but most of the time they don't put the sequels in Book of the Month options, especially for high fantasy series. And so the first one from Book of the Month, the rest of them aren't gonna match.
Yeah, you're gonna have that like BOT, you're gonna have the kind
that and the Book of the Month books are just ever so slightly taller than most.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's why I thought about it, and I was like, I put that book on my Goodreads, but I'm like, I don't want it from Book of the Month. So
that makes sense.
I decided to let my obsession take over and just do my April cover spread. Oh my goodness. I'm over here and I don't think I've even done all of my February ones.
Yeah, I just did, but it was February already when I did them. So yeah.
No, I'll work. Well, see, I don't do that. I do most of the stuff like at the end of the month anyways. So it's fine. Like my January stuff is done. I just need to like make my February spreads, which is fine. It's fine. Yeah, it has a big dark. He has a deep bark, but he's a giant teddy bear who just wants hugs. Yep, that's my dogs. I'll finish it this month at some point. A mood. Yeah, that's a thought. Just because it's like the odds of them doing the sequel for the book is kind of low, especially if it's not like I think Divine Rivals, because it got so popular. That's the name of the book, yeah. Because it was so popular, that's why Ruthless Vows got one. But like 9 times out of 10, they'll do the first book in the series and then they won't do any more.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. But I mean, it is a good way to like test out a series because they're much cheaper than a hardcover book, like if you go to Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, pros and cons.
And always check, if I were you, sometimes, and maybe Book of the Month's gotten better, but there was a month where I took the dust jacket off and they had misprinted on the spine. And I was like, hey, and then they gave me like a credit as apology.
Yeah, I've only had I've had 2 mistakes. One time they sent me like just the wrong box. I don't know what it was, but like I opened it, I was like, I did not order these. These are Litfic. I would not have bought these books.
Like,
So I just emailed them and I was like, hey, like it was like they had one of the 3 correct, I think. And they're like, okay, we'll just send you out a box with the other 2. Go ahead and keep them, or you can like donate them to your library, whatever. And so that's what I did. I just like put them in the little free library. But then the other time, it was right after they changed the boxes, so they had the outside, like the boxes are not as good of quality anymore, I don't think. And it gotten really smashed, and there was like a hole in the box, and so then the book was like the corner was really damaged. And it was like the Riley Sager book, and I was like, oh, I collect those, like I want those to look good. So they just sent me another one.
Yeah, customer service, they're great. They literally don't even hesitate. But it's like, and not that I'm like, oh, be conniving, but maybe just check your book, see if they're missed.
I don't think I've ever gone and like looked at, because I don't know, like the naked hardcovers are not pretty on Book of the Month. So I don't ever look at them. That's interesting. Yeah. Hello. Currently reading Sisters of the Lost Nation. Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Missed this one. Just joining, starting a 24-hour readathon in 15 minutes. Good luck. Be starting with Woven by Gold by Elizabeth Helen. Wait, that's the Bonded by Thorns series, right?
Oh, sounds right.
The author is the same, and that makes sense. But yeah, I'm reading Bonded by Thorns this month. That made it onto my Kerplunk. So, and I think this might be the newest one, because like I think the 3rd book just came out. So that's likely what it is. But yeah. Did not read but ate ice cream. That is important.
Yeah, actually, that sounds delicious. That's amazing.
That is important.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. Well, we're gonna do one more sprint.
I might end up heading out during this one to go join Brooklyn's to make my round trip. And I'm done for the night.
Not a problem. Well, Leandra is linked down below. So yes, okay, Bonded by Thorns, it is. But yeah, so maybe I'll see you in 45 minutes. If not, I'll link How long is Brooklyn going?
She's going for 12 hours. She started at 7 p.m. my time, so 5 p.m. your time.
Okay.
So she'll still be going for so I'm not going for the end. I'm not going all the way.
Well, then I'll link hers at the end of ours.
Nice.
So, yeah. This one. Okay. I will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Leandra had to leave us, but I did put the sprints for Brooklyn's, so you can go hang out with her if you need more sprints tonight. But I got to page 62 in this, and it's quite fun. There's a lot of characters in this book, though. So I am struggling to like separate them all. I need a map. I need a character map. But yeah, we are going to be doing, but anyway, there's sprints. There we go. Hello, reading How to Say Babylon. Nice. I don't know why my comments just jumped all over the place. But 11/22/63 is going all month. That is good to know. And that is okay. And yes, thank you, Leandra, for hanging out with us. I think she actually may have jumped onto Brooklyn's. So go say hi to her. Almost bedtime, so I'm going to leave the chat to finish up this audiobook. Thanks for the sprints. Thank you for hanging out with us, although you're probably already gone. Made it to chapter 9 in Badlands. Nice. Leandra, you can't send me a voice message while I'm on sprints. I did a little reading and a lot of staring blankly into space. That is fair. That is fair. Sometimes that is what we need. Read a little bit of The Girl in the Stars, but getting sleepy now. Probably going to head to bed. Good night. And read 17 pages of Sisters of the Lost Nation. Look at us all being so productive. This is a much denser book than I thought it was going to be, so I don't know how quickly I'm going to read it, which is not great for my timing. But I was hoping to get more than 60 pages read tonight. But that's okay. We'll just read it probably like in conjunction with Dante's Inferno books. Like maybe I'll read those during the day and then read this at night. But I found out I was listening to the audiobook and reading along with it in this sprint. The audiobook is not word for word, at least this edition. And I'm wondering, because I've had this book for so long, if this is a first edition. Copyright 2017. I don't know. First US edition 2017. So yeah, this might be a first edition, and they changed it a little bit in the audiobook because it's just like a couple of words here and there. I really don't like it when they do that. 73% of Love Light Farms. That was such a really cute book. I never continued on with that series, but I need to. But yeah, this one was really cute. Started A River Enchanted. I really want to read this one. I have it on my shelves, and I've heard really good things about it. All right. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. But go and say hello to Brooklyn. And I will see you all. I don't know what I'm doing sprints next. I don't know. I'll see you when I see you. But have a good night, everybody.